Am I the a-hole for not giving my brother access to an apartment that our grandmother promised him? 20 years ago, my grandmother promised my brother an apartment before she passed away. She registered him there without my grandfather's knowledge. In our country, this is often considered equivalent to ownership rights, though it's not entirely so. My grandfather was living in the United States at the time and rarely visited. My father and brother started renovating the apartment together. However, when my grandfather returned to Poland and discovered that my brother was registered there, he decided to have him legally deregistered without his knowledge. For several years, my grandfather only visited my father's sister's family and had a strained relationship with our side of the family. My brother got offended and stopped talking to him altogether. Eventually, my father and grandfather reconnected, and my grandfather decided to write a will leaving the apartment to my father upon his death. Sadly, my father passed away, and my grandfather made a new will, bequeathing the apartment to my brother. Unfortunately, my brother is an alcoholic, and my grandfather started worrying that after his death, my brother might squander the apartment. My grandfather gave my brother an ultimatum that he had to be sober during his next visit, or he would leave the apartment to someone else. Of course, my brother started drinking again before my grandfather's visit. My grandfather gave him a second chance, but my brother drank again before his arrival. My grandfather then decided to leave the apartment to me because, apart from my mother, only my wife and I kept in regular contact with him. After my grandfather's death, I took care of bringing his ashes back, arranging the funeral, and handling the inheritance matters. The apartment is about to be officially transferred to me, but my brother claims he deserves half because that was our grandmother's wish and because he invested in renovating the apartment. We have now agreed that I will transfer the apartment to my daughter when she comes of age, and he has agreed to this, but he wants access to the apartment in the meantime. I fear that he might move in and start drinking there, and I will end up having to pay the bills. So, am I the a-hole?